Our journey into Islamic China begins in Urumqi. Urumqi is the capital city of Xinjiang, the autonomous region for the Uyghurs. Xinjiang is the only region in China where Muslims are a majority. That is why Arabic handwriting is more popular here than the Chinese script. Xinjiang has a population of 16 million, divided into 47 tribal minorities. Each and every tribe is given total freedom in practicing their religions and cultures. Almost half of Xinjiang's population are Uyghur Muslims. The rest of the Muslim tribes are Kazakh, Hui, Kyrgyz, Tajik, Tatar, Uzbek, Donziang, Salar, and Bonan. Today, Xinjiang is fast developing, especially after achieving autonomy on the 1st of October 1995. Xinjiang spans over 1.5 million square kilometers, and the province covers 1/6 of the People's Republic of China. Urumqi literally means fertile and scenic. During the rule of the Han dynasty, thousands of troops and farmers were sent here to develop this area as the main stopover for travellers on the Silk Road. Today, Xinjiang is nicknamed the Land of Fruits, as there are about 900 species of fruit trees grown in this province. Xinjiang also has the highest number of mosques in China, 23,000 altogether, administered by 29,000 staff. In Urumqi, many of the old mosques are in poor condition and are currently under restoration, like this 200-year-old Nanmen Mosque. Such efforts as this must be taken to preserve the heritage of Muslims, which is also an important part of China's history. In 1987, this mosque was restored on a grand scale, with a budget of 1.8 million yuan. Recently, the mosque collected another 30 million yuan to further restore the building. Another important mosque is the Shanxi Mosque. This 200-year-old mosque is also recognized by the Chinese government as heritage that should be restored. The building materials for the main door, windows, walls and ceilings were selected from wood and timber. In Islam, there is no specific design for a mosque. The Kubak Mosque, built by the Prophet Muhammad, was simple, with a clay floor and walls made of logs from date trees. Muslims are free to choose any kind of design they like, as long as they do not depict humans and animals. Most designs of mosques are influenced by the local cultures, even here in China. The Shanxi Mosque is among the biggest ancient mosques here. With a built-up area of 250 meters square, it can accommodate more than 500 worshippers at a time. The decoration inside is influenced by both the local Chinese and Central Asian culture. This calligraphy is unique and different from what we normally see in Arabic Middle Eastern designs. The choice of colours are usually red, green and blue, and the motifs in the paintings are normally landscapes. The Shanxi Mosque was built during the rule of Emperors Qianlong and Jia Qing from the Qing dynasty. The last time this mosque was restored was in 1906. To build and devote a mosque fully for worshipping Allah and spreading the teachings of the religion, is considered one of the best acts in Islam. Once the Prophet Muhammad was reported to have said, "Whoever builds a mosque just for the pleasure of Allah has certainly built a house for himself in paradise." Northern and southern Xinjiang are dominated by high terrain. Today we travel to the mountainous region of Tian Shan, about 100 kilometers from Urumqi, to witness a unique lake situated on the top of a mountain. This region has been developed for tourism, resulting in more income for the locals. The highlands of Tian Shan are the homeland of the Muslim Kazakhs. According to many Kazakhs we met, although they welcome development, many are worried that it may one day jeopardize their identity. A boat ride is the only way to see closely a remote Kazakh village. This 5 square kilometers heaven lake is believed to have been formed about 2 million years ago. Other than its scenic view, the uniqueness of this lake is that it is situated on top of a mountain, nearly 2,000 meters above sea level. For generations, the Kazakhs have been living here. They are nomadic, and they stay in tents known as yurt. Their movement is normally governed by the seasons. The frame of a yurt is made of timber, and the top is covered with sheep's hide. Part of the roof is usually removable for better air circulation. The tent is made light, so that it is easy to dismantle when the seasons change. The interior is simple and has no rooms to separate family members. The Kazakhs are excellent horse riders, and every child is certain to master this skill long before they reach puberty. It is estimated that more than 1 million Kazakhs live in Xinjiang today. We had the opportunity to have a closer look at one of the Kazakh families that live in Peyangu village, at the foot of the Tian Shan highlands. Other than the seasonal factor, the Kazakhs usually choose an area that is close to water sources and fertile enough for farming. That is why one normally finds the Kazakhs settle near a lake or river. Like other nomadic tribes, the Kazakhs are bold and independent. Despite that, they are also friendly and easy to get along with. Excited by our visit, this Kazakh family decided to slaughter a lamb for a big dinner. The staple food for the Kazakhs includes wheat, milk and meat. Farm animals are reared for meat and milk. They also sell the livestock whenever cash is needed. The Kazakh tribe is actually the result of a mixture of many bloods, such as the Wusun, Kangju and Alan tribes, which originate from Central Asia and Western China. We were told Kazakh literally means the fugitives. It was named so because in the 13th century the Kazakhs had to travel around in order to avoid the threat of Genghis Khan and Uzbek Khan. Today they are facing the same intimidation, but with a modern slant. Highways are built right in front of their campsites. Maybe it's an early sign for a change. To embrace progress or to continue to live as nomads in an ever more scarce country. This is the real dilemma of the Kazakhs. Most of them strongly believe that progress is a good cause, but are afraid that it will slowly erode their traditions. We try to understand this dilemma through a 12-year-old boy named Baghdad. Even at his young age, he could sense the difficulty his tribe is facing. He has his own views. Maybe one day I'll get to move to the city, but for now I am happier here. If given the opportunities, I'll start my own small business in the future, says this boy. The temptations of big cities such as Urumqi seem not to draw the boy's attention. I still like it here because I belong here. And my parents too, they live here. However, Baghdad's mother has somewhat acknowledged progress. She approves her husband and her daughter to work in Urumqi. Today the family has a fixed income through the salaries, supplemented with extra income from their livestock. They now have settled here for 2 years, and Baghdad is currently enrolled in a nearby school. The 43-year-old mother gives full freedom for her children to choose their own future. I just would like to see my children succeed in education and later be free to choose their own career, says this mother. Another Kazakh is 38-year-old Sultan Kaiser. He no longer works as a farmer. His new source of income is through a small business, selling religious books. This may be our first and last encounter with the Kazakh tribe. If we ever have another opportunity to visit this village, the Kazakhs we see today may not be here anymore. Possibly, some will migrate to Urumqi, while others will pack up and move to another fertile land. Today, the autonomous region of Xinjiang is fast developing. In 1994, a new economic zone was set up in Urumqi in order to improve the living standards of the locals. These ceramic and marble factories are among hundreds of industries that are currently in operation here. Not only do the industries here create more job opportunities, they also promote the use of local resources. Generally, the income of the locals is on the increase. These two gentlemen, Mahmoud Ali and Ufur Sarajidin, are two Uyghurs from remote Xinjiang. Both are childhood friends who had decided to migrate with their families to this city in order to improve their standard of living. Together with 500 other workers here, they aim for the same goal: to have a brighter future. Before this, we were farmers. After the economic zone was set up, we decided to move and work here. Even though the standard of living of the Muslims in Xinjiang is much improved, their faith in Islam and the traditional routines remains unchanged. In Urumqi, for example, the Muslims set up a fund in order to build a new mosque, replacing the Yankang Mosque, which was in poor condition. The old mosque was built in 1897 on 3,000 square meters of land. It is known as the Tartar Mosque, believed to be named after the Tartars who originally built the mosque. Using wood as the main building material, the design is influenced mostly by Central Asian architecture. According to the locals, even though a new mosque will be constructed, it will not disturb the existing structure of the historical mosque. We were brought to see the construction work taking place at the back of the existing mosque. According to a mosque committee member, Mr. Itamu, the old mosque can only accommodate 500 worshippers at any one time. The new mosque, however, once completed, will be able to accommodate 5,000 worshippers. According to Itamu, the cost for the new mosque is about 3 million yuan and is totally sponsored by the local Muslims. Other than a big prayer hall, this 3-story building also houses an office, classrooms and guest rooms. When it first arrived here in Xinjiang nearly 10 centuries ago, Islam was immediately well accepted by many. And today it has become one of the principal religions in this province. Not only that, the Muslims are also firm in practicing and maintaining their tribal cultures. With the fast rate of economic growth, the people of Xinjiang are heading towards a better future in the new millennium. For the Muslims, there is only one hope, that Islam will remain strong to meet whatever change is round the corner.
الله أكبر الله أكبر